Straw Hut Media.
Hey Heartbreakers, so I'm here doing another solo episode, of course. Actually, I love having guests, but I love doing the solo episodes because I can just ramble. And yeah, and then you guys are just forced to listen. Yeah, I'm really excited to go over the hot topics with you. I'm really excited to go over, of course, the fan questions. They're always very interesting. So let's get into it. Maybe I'll just update you guys a little bit on my life. I have been traveling a little bit. You guys know that I love to travel, but unfortunately I've been traveling back and forth to help my family with a family member that's not doing very well. So that's been taking up a lot of my time. And then after that, I try to always, my family's in Ohio, so I try to stop in to New York after because it's only an hour flight. I'm considering moving back. Not moving back. I'm considering getting just like a small little studio, 1 bedroom, and being bi-coastal finally. I've been saying that for like 10 years now, and I'm finally gonna do it. I really think I am. Let me think. Any work stuff? No work stuff. I'm honestly just been cleaning up. It feels like the last couple of months, messes from people that I previously, multiple people that I had working for me, and I feel like I'm just constantly cleaning up still what they didn't do right, which is fine. Make sure you like really vet people before you hire them. Oh my god, on here, Parker wants me to talk about new dates. I got dumped. I think I got dumped, guys. That's a real thing. Steph, would you say that I was dumped?
No.
Oh, then I guess I wasn't dumped. I don't know. That makes Steph goes, no. Yeah, no, I feel like I might have been dumped, or this person was like, I can't handle you anymore. So that's my update on guys. I wish me and him worked out. I love him so much, and I know he listens, so just know, you know who you are. I love you. Love bombing, like the like the last episode.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
So there's a couple hot topics. Love Island, USA, because I know that there's variations. I think there's like an English one. Personally, I have not seen Love Island, but I know that's like it's the most trendiest reality show next to like Love is Blind. And I'm very curious on why people, one, love dating shows so much. Like, I mean, I'm guilty of it. I will scroll on Netflix, all the platforms, and try to find the next like dating one. Too Hot to Handle, Love is Blind, like we said. What are the other ones? Have you guys ever watched Married at First Sight? That one's good. That one's actually my favorite. They just need to come out with a new season. But anyways, Love Island USA has become the perfect storm of love, sex, and reality TV. Rolling Stone magazine has just called Love Island one of the best reality TV shows. Okay, Rolling Stone, you better chill. According to Nelson, Love Island has been the most streamed reality show across all platforms. In an interview with the executive producer, Simon Thompson, Simon gave the breakdown of what the takeaway from the new season is, saying, "We want people to be sex positive. We want them to have fun. The judgment is, can you do that without hurting someone? We're not asking, will they fall in love? We're seeing, will they hurt each other once they've hooked up?" And I think that has been the test that they keep running into this year in a way that I've never seen. I mean, will someone care will they hurt you after you hook up with them? You're trying to figure that out on a reality show. You don't need a reality show to tell you that. The answer is yes. As soon as you give it up to them, they're gonna be a piece of shit. Like, for real. I'm just projecting right now. The producers 100% are being me because they know that these people are very, like, they want to be loved so bad. When you do these casting things, they pick the person that wants to love the most, and they're like, haha, that person will spill out their feelings on reality TV and just give it their all. There's been several TikToks of almost full episodes and videos of boyfriends casually watching while standing in the living room. You know what I don't get is when boyfriends act like they don't like reality TV and then they secretly watch, like, oh, babe, come on. You put that on again and they're glued to the TV. It really is entertaining seeing people fight. I'm loving that boyfriends are a little bit more on board with reality TV because that, like, sports shit that they want to watch 24/7 is not it. It's not it. Okay, let's see. What makes Love Island different from traditional dating TV shows? Would you go on any of these shows? You know, I've been offered so many times I can't even count to be on reality TV shows, and I can't do it. I think I freeze up. And then at the same time, like, when I really like someone, I like it to be private. And also, I'm very, very picky. And the people that they pick to be on these shows would never be my type. Like, I would never date another influencer. I'd never date somebody that, I would never date anybody on these reality shows. They're typically, like, close to the same age. I like to do at least 10 years older, or at least I try. I wouldn't do it. But I do love the trend of the dating shows. It's entertaining. People really want love right now. That's all people want. It might be just the generation, but everybody is obsessed with dating, but some reason not dating, like, properly. We'll figure that out later in the next couple of years, what that's from once they do their research on it. All right, so next topic is Gen Zs have been taking a vow of celibacy and going, quote, boy, girl, sober. I like that. Boy, girl, sober. I'm boy, girl, sober right now, and even girl, girl, sober. Okay, despite seeing a spike in sex-positive feminism, recently there has been a huge spike in celibacy. There has been so much popularity that the dating app Bumble recently tried and failed to poke fun at the trend. Boy sober is a term coined by a 26-year-old TikToker named Hope to describe her celibacy pledge that was sparked after realizing a man she was obsessed with quite literally did not care if she lived or died. Wow, that was strong words there, girlfriend. The rules are the following: no dating apps, no situationships, no romantic or sexual intimacy. How might this help people? Guys, I have a confession. I went like a long time being celibate, and I made it seem like I was like having sex with people because I wanted to, like, I didn't want people's opinion on me being celibate. One, coming from like the sex industry, people, they just can't believe that I would be celibate. And I loved it. And I was thinking recently I might go back. One, I focused so hard on work that I had no distractions. And that's really like what I want to go back to, is like when I'm dating someone or even in a situationship, when things aren't going right, it consumes my brain function so much. Like, I'll think about it for weeks, all day long. Like, even just like the slightest disagreement will bother me, and I just want to fix it with the person, and I can't have that. It distracts from like my work. It distracts from my family. Yeah, I mean, I was celibate for a long time. I gave it up to somebody that I really liked, and he just told me he doesn't want to deal with me anymore, like 3 days ago.
You think this is mostly men, women, both? Do you think it's mostly men or mostly women, or what do you...
I think it's mostly women that are celibate. Like, men don't know how to be celibate. They don't even care. They have no interest in being celibate. Although I met this guy a couple days ago, and he was like, I've been celibate for a little bit. And I was like, what? I think he was just listening to my podcast and wanted to tell me that so I would have sex with him. And, you know, but maybe he was really being celibate. I liked it. I really want to go back to it. Like I said, while I was celibate, I still was seeing guys. I still was on dating sites. I guess like the full-blown celibacy I haven't really done, but when it comes to like sexual intimacy, there was zero. Like, I don't even think I was kissing guys, but I did have guys like taking me out on dates. Like, if you don't give them sex, they will go harder for you. I'm telling you, like the men that were taking me out on dates, and I'd be like, you know, I'm not having sex with you. Like, and they'd be like, no problem, no problem. It would go on for weeks and months that these men would take me out like every week, every 2 weeks, trying to win me over for sex, obviously. And I loved it. They fought so hard for me. Like I said, I want to go back to it. And I'm very picky now. But one thing that celibacy did for me is like, I'm not interested in having multiple partners. Like, it's hard for me now coming out of it. Like, I only want to have sex with one person. I'm not interested in hooking up with multiple people. It does not cross my mind until that doesn't work out with that one person, whether it's a situationship or even if I just hook up with them one time, like I need to have a conversation with them after, like, are we going to continue to hook up? Because I need to like stop this now. I don't want to have multiple partners right now in my life. I really, really don't. I think everybody should at least be in celibate for 3 months to 6 months if you're single, and just tell guys. Like, I was even sleeping next to guys naked and they would try, but I'd just be like, no, you can't touch me. And then they'd get really discouraged and then they would try even harder. One guy was even trying to like give oral and I crushed him with his face with my legs. And I was like, didn't I tell you to not do that? That's a real story. Okay.
My former cheating ex-husband had a child that he didn't tell me about until now. What should I do? About 12 years ago, I was married and had 2 children with my ex-husband. After giving birth to our second child, I found out that he was cheating on me during my whole pregnancy. After I found out, I left him and moved far away. Recently, I was back in our hometown visiting my family. When I was out in town, I saw a boy there who looked exactly like my ex-husband and our son. We are still in contact with our children, and I asked him about it. He admitted that he had a child with his mistress, but didn't have anything to do with them as he didn't want her to keep it. I don't know how to process this information, and I feel so sick that he had another child while I was pregnant. How do I move on?
Oh, boo-hoo. I told her I didn't want her to keep it, but I had no problem just busting a nut raw and thinking that nothing was going to come from it while I'm married. That sounds like a narcissist. That's really sad. You know, that's my biggest fear in life. It actually consumes a lot of like my relationship downfall is I'm very obsessed with a guy getting somebody else pregnant behind my back. I'm trying to think, did it happen? Oh, yes, it did happen to me in very early stages of like dating. And it upset me so much. That's like, you need therapy. I mean, the only thing that really fixes that is like therapy and just knowing that you didn't do anything wrong. That's such a way to break someone's heart. Like, that's just disgusting behavior. One, it's disrespectful to your children. It's just disrespectful to everybody. It's disrespectful to the woman that you got pregnant behind your wife's back. Like, you're doing nothing but making yourself look bad. Like, nobody likes you now. Nobody wants to deal with you. Your kids, your love child doesn't want to deal with you. Your mistress doesn't want to deal with you. Like, goodbye. Everybody hates you now. That's really how I feel. I mean, I think it's disgusting behavior. I can't stand that. One time I was scrolling up on Instagram and one of my ex's like best friends that he would go out with all the time, he'd be like, no, babe, we're not cheating. We're not cheating on our girls. We're like, we love you. Then I see on Instagram that the guy got another girl pregnant behind his already pregnant wife's back and paid her $100,000 to go get an abortion. And of course, the girl plasters it all over social media. And it's just disgusting. Like, to think that no, you're not going to be outed. Of course, the mistresses always like want their time to shine a little bit, and they'll just embarrass the wife. They want that position as the wife, and it's sad. And a lot of women will do that just to trap the men. So you got to be careful. Like, they really think that having a kid with someone will make them leave their wife when it's not going to happen. They want to be with the wife. They really do. You never heard that? The guys will never leave their wives. They will never leave them. And if they do, it's because the wife actually left them, not him. It's sick.
I don't like it.
Me either. It makes my stomach hurt.
I need help with my boyfriend because when I ovulate, I become a sex goblin and he's weirded out by it. Okay. I, 23, female, generally don't want to have sex, and it's rare that I get turned on. My boyfriend, 27, thankfully has rather low sex drive and generally isn't a problem. When I'm ovulating, I want to have sex all day and night, and I think about it to the point that I struggle at work. I've tried to sext with my boyfriend while we're both at work, but he was very weirded out by it and politely told me to wait. It's getting to the point where he is confused and weirded out by the hot and cold nature of my sex drive, and I don't want to lose him, but I also need a guy that is ready to go for
those
2-ish
3 days.
Yes,
for those
right.
3 days a month.
What do I do?
Well, obviously that's like normal to be like overly horny while you're ovulating, but the hot and cold nature, I think it scares men to be like up and down like that, because one, most men don't know how to like keep track of a calendar, you know? So they're like, oh wait, is she just playing with me now? Is she being serious? Is this the time that she ovulates? I don't understand what ovulation is. I don't understand when it happens. Like, I think that the hot and cold can turn them off.
Gotta get that app, Stardust. That's what your guest. Remember,
What?
you had a guest here who told me about it, and I have it. Or I think
You didn't know what there's so many apps. I have Flow.
Flow.
I like Flow better. But you know, that's normal to be super horny when you're ovulating, because obviously that's the time that you're supposed to be making a baby. But I don't blame your boyfriend. No offense, I'm going to be on his side, and you know I don't like being on the boyfriend's side. But maybe just coming onto him in more of a sensual, a romantic type of way. Like maybe you need to wine and dine your boyfriend. Sometimes you got to do that for guys. Like maybe take him out and like give him a massage and like do something nice for him to like really get him worked up, instead of just being like, what'd she say, a goblin? Is that what she said? A sex goblin? Like instead of being a sex goblin, maybe just slowly, like, hey baby, I think treat him like a female and see how it works. I think that it'd actually work out really good for you if you did it like that. All right, Heartbreakers, that was another one of my solo episodes. Stay tuned. Let me know if you guys have any more questions, any hot topics you want to talk about, any personal issues you're going through. I'm here. I want to know. I want to answer. Bye.